Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LA, Los Angeles, La La Land, the Tinseltown, and I'm your honest travel guide, and I'm here to tell you the lowdown on the city. And here are the best 10 things you can do in LA. Alright, so starting off at number 10, go on a hike. So here's the thing about LA people. As long as they're not working, they're usually hiking, and you can understand that why, because the city is very scenic and has a great weather. So naturally, it's a great way to get some exercise while getting some vitamin D's and just being outside. Naturally, everybody's going to recommend the Runyon Canyon. Runyon Canyon is a small hike just above Hollywood. If you're first time, sure, do it. It's okay. It's pretty mid. It's not really a hike. It's just a small trek up a hill and down. But within that, you can see the layout of the city. Not too bad, 20 minutes. The people who go there, they're just mainly just trying to flex their abs or walk their dogs or just talk to the agents on the phone. But no one's really, really trying to hike or break a sweat. So if you just want to people watch, sure, go for it. There's another one in Culver City called Scenic Overlook. That one is the polar opposite. It's literally a lot of people go there. It has a very steep climb on the stairs. So everybody just goes there for stairs, especially the ones who wants to work on their glutes. And people will just go in and out, 20 minutes. Still a good look just from the southern point of the city. From both sides, you can kind of see LA pretty well. One side, you're going to see downtown, Pacific Ocean on the other side. But if you want local favorite, go to Eaton Canyon Falls. That one is pretty close hike. You can do it within an hour, and it's got a waterfall in the end, so you're welcome. All right, so number 9, Hollywood Cemetery movie screening. I'm gonna put it on my top 10. Not a lot of people do, but I think it's great if you're visiting for the first time because you will be surrounded by locals. Hollywood Cemetery movie screening is a very cool thing they do on Saturdays during summer month, where they project classical movies in the cemetery. The movie starts right after sunset, so usually people start lining up around 5, 6. People bring their own chairs, blankets, towels, picnics. Great things, you can bring your own booze. First come, first serve. Earlier you come, the better. And then once you're inside, you can get just comfortable. They have some vendors selling different stuff, and you can get smashed and watch movie and be surrounded by LA movie nerds. And that's probably going to be a more fun way to understand how city works and how people go about business than any other movie themed attraction you're probably going to do in your visit, at least. All right, number 8, go to a market. What kind of market I'm talking about is obviously I'm talking about a food market, baby. Every city I travel to, usually one of my priorities is just to go to market and taste the local food. I think market is a beating heart for any city, and we have 2 big markets. One is the original Farmers Market, and another one is Grand Central Market in downtown Los Angeles. All right, so the original Farmers Market, or we just call it Farmers Market, is an open air market. That one's going to be a little bit more posh, and it's right next to the Grove, where a lot of people go shopping, look at the fountain. Sometimes in the winter months, it's like shooting fake snow, playing Sinatra nonstop. So it's like our mall. It's got a good food. If you're short on time, can't pick up can't decide on the restaurant to eat, just go here, hang out. You're gonna have plenty of options. You're gonna have a good time here. Or another option is if you're staying closer to downtown, go to Grand Central Market. This one is in the first floor of this like old brick building. I forgot the name of the building, but anyways. And this one would remind you of more like old school New York markets. It's a little bit bigger, I would say, and it might have a little bit more vendors, and you might have actually a little bit quality restaurants camping up there than Farmers Market. So it's a different vibe. And right behind it, there's like a little Angel's Landing, a small trolley. It's supposedly the world's shortest trolley ride. It just goes up and down like within 20 seconds. You pay $1 and you can do that. It's a little quirky, but whatever. Since you're there, might as well do it. So yeah, go to these markets, have some food. If you're short in time, they're both great. And if it's your first time, you're gonna have a good time, promise you. Número 7. All right, number 7, Griffith Park. Griffith Park is cool. It's pretty great, both for locals and both for visitors. Nobody kind of gets bored of Griffith Park. Everybody goes there. It's really cool thing to do. It's probably one of the best things to do when you're visiting. It's a small hill just north of LA. And then on top, you're going to have a little observatory. And if you're especially traveling with your family, it's a great thing to do. It used to be free, but now you go up the hill, you pay $10. And then you get a good sign of the Hollywood sign, all the surrounding areas. On the clear days, you can even see the ocean. You can see downtown. It's a good photo op opportunity. You can do some hikes up and down. Inside, there's like these educational astronomy stuff in there. So, for all the astro nerds, it's pretty fantastic. Griffith Park, don't skip it. This one is a must if it's your first time in LA. All right, number 6, museums. Depending on your interest, LA has a lot of good museums. I would, off the top of my head, say the Getty is probably the best one, the must one. It's on the west side. It's free. However, you just pay for parking. I think it's around like $12 or whatever. It's really cool. Once you park, you go up the trolley, and then it's a very big space and has a little botanical garden in the back. Lots of art to do. You can easily spend, 2 hours or half a day, depending on how much into art you are. Another one is LACMA. That's right in the middle of the city, in the mid-city. Some of the museums are always free and some are not. So depending on what kind of exhibits are rolling through, you can decide to pay or not. Right next to LACMA, you have those LACMA lights where everybody goes, takes the photo. It's just a bunch of street lights. They're all together, but for some reason people are so obsessed with it. The Instagram crowd. So if you're one of those, knock your socks off. It's pretty alright. Also, another cool museum is The Broad. It's in downtown. That one is more of a contemporary museum. It's free, I believe, certain days. But it's definitely a newer museum in the city. And I would say check that out. It's pretty cool. I like it. Plenty of museums out here. So yeah, you're good. Just go to museum. Okay. Number 5, Universal Studios. If this is your first time in LA, I should have just moved it to number 1. This is probably the must thing to do in LA, if you ask me. It's great, especially when they do the tours around the studio lots of the Universal. It will make you feel like a child again. Inside, you can just easily spend the whole day, half a day. If you have kids, your family, then, this place is probably a must-go. I can go on and on about Universal Studios. However, everybody knows what Universal Studios is. You probably don't need me to ramble, but go there. I actually like it even more than Disneyland. So, one thing you want to spend money on, just probably do that. All right, moving on. Number 4, explore different neighborhoods. If you watch tons of videos and if you read tons of articles, pretty much 95% of all the freaking guides are focused on Hollywood, Santa Monica, Venice, West Hollywood, and the same old tired western part of LA. But LA is very, very big and there are lots of cool neighborhoods to explore. If you're the type of person that you want to travel really deep and really understand the city, then you should definitely check out the following neighborhoods. And let me tell you something. When you think of LA, there's 2 LAs, right? One LA is the transplant LA, the people who move to LA to do movies, and those are the people on the west side. The Santa Monica people, the WeHo people, the Beverly Hills people, or the Hollywood people, right? But if you talk about the real LA, the actual LA, the people from the city LA, right? That's going to be a lot of, people who live in South Central, people who live in SGV, San Gabriel Valley, East Side. So, a couple of neighborhoods I can recommend. Definitely go to Boyle Heights. That's where a lot of Mexicans are. You can go there and taste some amazing food. They even have a mariachi plaza where you can just find mariachis and have pay them money and they'll sing you a song, Don't sleep on South Central. South Central has a lot of cool stuff in there, a lot of good restaurants. They have a lot of Caribbean communities, Belizean, Jamaican, lots to explore down there. On the east side, San Gabriel Valley, that's the whole valley east of downtown. Think of that like just China, those communities. It's a lot of Chinese out there. That means a lot of good Chinese food. Arcadia, Alhambra, they have some of the best Chinese food that you can find in America. Downtown's pretty shady, but the best part of downtown, I would say, Little Tokyo, Arts District. They're in northeast part of downtown. And, if you have to go to downtown, Just do a little Token Arts District and you're pretty okay. The rest is pretty mid. Try not to sleep on these communities because actually they're probably the best part of LA. Number 3, eat Mexican food. So LA was founded by Mexicans and it's very Mexican city in its DNA. If you ask me, we probably have the best Mexican food in the entire America. So fight me. And, you know, while you're here, especially if you're parts of America where you don't have a good Mexican food, definitely try to eat a lot of good Mexican food out here. Anywhere you go in LA, you're going to have a lot of good Mexican food. There are some restaurants that local believe the best, but however, I'll make a separate episode on that and then you can stay tuned to find out what we think are the best. But the short answer is whichever food truck, whichever restaurant is close to you, it's probably going to be pretty freaking good. So yeah, just eat a lot of Mexican food, as much as food that you can. You're going to miss it. All right, number 2, Koreatown. I think Koreatown is probably the best neighborhood in LA. Okay, let's start looking at Koreatown just geographically, right? If you're visiting LA, Koreatown might be one of the best places to stay because it's the most centrally located in LA. So downtown is 10 minutes away. All the east side neighborhoods like the Silver Lake, Los Feliz, and Echo Park, 10 minutes away. Hollywood is 10 minutes away. WeHo's 20. You can get on 10, and beaches 20 minutes away. So just staying in Koreatown makes sense. Inside of Koreatown, it is probably the most walkable area of LA, and you can have amazing food, great bars, and Korean communities here. It's like it's very layered, it's very deep. You can keep peeling, but it just keep going deeper and deeper. There's so much exciting stuff going on here that I still feel like I'm just scratching the surface. Just trust me. And if you have only one day in LA, just come straight to Koreatown and spend it here. This is the best part of LA. And locals are probably gonna hate me for saying that, but you know, that's the honest truth. Number 1, the beaches. All right, so I'm guessing most of you come into LA and immediately the first thing you want to do is beaches. You know, we have great beaches, lots of beaches. Only 2 beaches seems to get all the attention all the time, the Santa Monica and Venice. Nothing wrong with that. If it's your first time, go check it out. You know, they're pretty okay. Santa Monica is a little bit cleaner, but it's hella touristy. Venice is just weird, you know, but if you just want to experience funky LA culture, go there. But, you know, in both places, I wouldn't spend too much time. If you want just like a clean water to swim in and chill for a little bit, there's a beach just north of Santa Monica called Will Rogers Beach. That's where a lot of locals actually go to chill out because we don't want to deal with too much tourism and whatnot. But if you have some time on your hand, then there are some better beaches. For example, if the view is what you care about, you can go up, 40 minutes up, and there's a beach called El Matador Beach. Very pretty beach to take photos, videos. Also, in Malibu, you're going to find a lot of cool, like, tide pool places. And to be honest, the only reason why these 2 places, the Venice and Santa Monica, are so popular because it is so close to LA, so everybody just, by default goes there. However, if you have some time and if you wouldn't mind spending, hour or 2 driving, then I would recommend going to Laguna Beach because the water down there is so much better. You can snorkel, you can enjoy swimming, and they have tons and tons of different coves and, cool little beaches. So that's probably another option. And finally, I have bonus tip. Get out of LA. Although if you look at the map, LA proper, there are things to do here, but a lot of people in LA kind of view the general LA area as LA, right? Like, so as long as like all the drive is within an hour and so, like, we still consider it like LA. So if you have some time, try to go see Disneyland, Dana Point for dolphin shows, Laguna Beach, like I mentioned earlier. If you have more time, go to Temecula Valley for some wine tasting and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to make another video on all the day trips that you can do from LA. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so hope that helped you all out. If you really enjoyed it, go watch my another video. And this is the top 10 don'ts of LA. Cool. Ciao.